Hello YouTubers, my name is Attila Mate from Blue Sky Photography, and today I would like to talk to you about my photo editing workflow and how do I edit my photos. This is the part 2, because I had a video, in a few weeks ago about raw editing and the raw converters, and I will place a card up here so you can see that video if you want to see. And in this video, I would like to talk to you about the second part of the editing, which will be kind of Lightroom editing. I use a different software, so it won't be a Lightroom. But in the same time, you can use the same things in Lightroom as well if you use Lightroom, or even if you use some other software, whatever, Corel or whatever you use, you can do kind of the same things if you want, So in the first video, I was talking about the raw editing, which is an important step in photo editing, because what you edit in raw, it is lossless editing, I would say. So you don't really lose image quality while editing in raw. Once you converted the image, in JPEG or in TIFF, and then, well, in TIFF it's a little bit better, because if you edit in TIFF again, the loss, it will not be the same as big as if you edit in JPEG. But still there will be a little bit of image quality loss. But if you edit everything in RAW, well, most of it in RAW, you don't really have image quality loss. And that's why I like to do my editing in DXO Optics Pro, because I can do 98% of the editing in DXO Optics Pro and I don't really lose image quality. So I am kind of an image quality freak, and I want the best of the image quality I can ever achieve, in my images. So that's why I try to do everything right in the camera and edit as less as possible. I don't really use Photoshop. I would say from 500 images, I will maybe use once or twice Photoshop. And if it's something very difficult, to take out of the image or something, then I will use Photoshop. But in my opinion, Photoshop is very, very overcomplicated to use, and it's also very expensive. So I don't think that there is a point, that's only my opinion. So I don't expect that everybody would agree with me, but in my opinion, it is overreacted and it's a little bit over expensive and anyway. So I use DXO Optics Pro for my raw editing, and I use Zoner Photo Studio 18 or Zoner Photo Studio X for my photo editing, for the second part. So in this video, we will speak about second part and Zoner Photo Studio editing. I think the best way is if we go and we get into my computer, and let's see in my computer what are we talking about and how do I do. So let's get into my computer. So we are in my computer now, and let's open up Zoner Photo Studio X, and let's see a photo. Now this photo, it's in JPEG, so I transformed, in JPEG in DXO Optics Pro, and I just transferred over here. And I will show you a few tricks and tips and how do I do and what do I do over here. Now, like I said, the exposure, the colors, the micro contrast, the contrast, the white balance, and all these kind of things I edit in DXO Optics Pro. So I don't do that over here. I don't edit those kind of things over here because I don't want to lose image quality. So I will do in DXO Optics Pro. When I get over here, I edit only if I have to take out something, or if I have to give some creative vignetting, or if I want to do something else. So in this situation, I will show you how to take out something, Okay, let's say that we will have to take out this hand over here, what you can see on this side. And it is, I'm pretty sure that in Lightroom you will get the same tools, and you will be able to do the same things like in Zoner Photo Studio X. So there is no difference in this. So I get the photo in the editor part of the photo editor. So, and then I will get over here to the drawing tools, sorry, not the drawing tools, over here the retouching tools, and then I get over here the healing brush. Now, with this healing brush, like I said, you will get that healing brush also in Lightroom or in other, probably in Corel as well. I didn't really use Corel, only for a very short period of time, but I'm pretty sure that you will get it over there as well. So you have to select the area where you want to take, you know, the sample, and I select this area. And then what I do, I only do like that. And that's it. The hand is gone. Now, if you want to take out bigger portions, then it's better to select it. And then it's, if you select, you know, and then you go, the example I will show you over here. So we get let's say this selection. Just an example to show you. So I will select like this, and then I go back over here with the healing brush, and then I take from here. Now, obviously, you can select, you know, your you can select this, you know, in different ways. I mean, you can select, if you go to selection, you can select over here with rectangular selection, elliptical selection, and lasso, and then these kind of things, you know. So it's not only this, but the better you select, the better you will get, you know, the result. Sorry. So I take the over here the sample, and I just do like that, and you see that it's done. So now I don't like I said, I don't really do. Okay, so there you go, the hand is back again, and this is back again. I didn't save that. So I don't really do much over here. If I want to do some creative vignetting, or if I want to do some filter or something, I will come over here. I will here you can do the creative vignetting. You know, you can also take out vignetting or add vignetting. It depends, you know, how do you want to do. And again, if you want to do some black and white, you know, or something, things like this, I will do over here in this side. And this is the example. This photo looks pretty good in black and white. I mean, it's pretty good. Okay, and if you want to go and you remove noise, now the noise reduction I will do mostly again in DXO Optics Pro, because DXO Optics Pro has the prime noise reduction system, and I like that very, very much. But in the same time, Zoner has, and Lightroom has, again, very, very good noise reduction system. So I would say that you can do the noise reduction here or there, it doesn't really matter. But in the same time, you have to know that noise reduction will reduce your sharpness. So if you have your photo sharp, very sharp, and you want to do noise reduction, the sharpness will be gone. I mean, if you look at this photo is 100%. Look, 107% zoomed in. Here you can see 97 now, 97% you can see over here. And as you can see over here, it is sharp, very, very sharp. Now, if you apply noise reduction, the sharpness will be affected. You have to know that. Again, if you want to do some creative filters, you know, something like that, you can do it over here. You know, you can do tone mapping, you can do a lot of things. If I want to add, you know, some contour to the photo, you know, I can do that over here. And these kind of things I do in the second part of the editing. Or you can add this filter again. I use this filter sometimes because it gives you a nice touch to your photo. Now this is called cartoon filter. It looks like a cartoon, you know, the photo. But if you can see over here, you will see the effect of the filter. I give cancel, and you can see over here what's the effect, you see. So I give again, look. This is before, this is after. This is before, this is after. The picture will look very nice. You know, I like this filter. I use sometimes, not in every case, you know, but many times I use this filter. Now, it depends also, it's on personal preference, you know, how do you want to do? Again, you can have a lot of kind of things you can do over here, but what I would say the most important is if you want to take out something or somebody from the photo, or if you want to do some retouching, like let's say one part of the photo, it is very bright, and you want to because this is something what you can do in you cannot do, sorry, in raw converters, and that would be the partial editing of the photo. So in raw converters, usually when you do, you will have to edit the whole photo, but you cannot select a part, and to edit only that side of the photo. What you can do over here. So in Lightroom as well, and also over here you can use a selection, and then you edit only that part of the photo. Like you can, the example, use effect brush over here. This is, again, you can use in Lightroom. It's the same situation. You can get brightness, gamma, contrast, saturation, and sharpen. Now you can select whatever you want to do, like contrast. Let's say you want to give contrast only to this player. Yeah, you select the diameter of the brush, and you will give only to this player some contrast. Now, obviously, it's here, as you can see, it's in minus, so the contrast will be out. But I go back, and I select in plus over here, and I give contrast. Now this way I will give contrast to the player. You see it's much more contrasty. Anyway, this is only one thing, but you can do many other things, in Zoner Photo Studio or Lightroom. But I would suggest you not to edit too much your videos, your photos, because if you edit too much, that affects image quality, and you will lose image quality, and it will be so other people will see that it's over edited. That's why I do try not to edit in TIFF or in JPEG, only in DXO Optics Pro, which is a raw converter. But that's only me. I mean, if you have different opinion, it's completely fine. You can do whatever you like and however you like. Now, again, I'm talking about tone mapping a little bit, because some people and some photographers may like tone mapping. I do sometimes. I use tone mapping on my photos, and as you can see, I just hit the tone mapping filter, and it will be applied on the photo. Now you can also adjust over here the intensity of the tone mapping, the compression of the tone mapping. There is a different kind of setup. You can saturation, you can, and light and everything, gamma and black point and white point, and you can set over here however you like. But you have to find out yourself what's the look of the image that you like most, and that's the look you have to use. That's the set. And you can also set for yourself a filter, which is all the settings you like to use, and then after that you can apply that filter only. So I hope that's all, and I think that's all. I don't really use any other things, in my editing. Sometimes when I have some, like I said, when I have some different and difficult problems, like to take out something and it's not possible to do in Zoner, then I will use Photoshop. You can see I have over here Lightroom and Photoshop installed as well, but in the same time I don't really use them. Sometimes I use Lightroom, sometimes I use Photoshop, but not many times. Sometimes in Photoshop or in Lightroom I will use the Nick collection, and then that is a plugin, so I will use that plugin, and just because of the Nick collection I will have to get the photo into the Lightroom or into the Photoshop. But mostly Photoshop itself I don't really use, like I said, only 500 photos, maybe once or twice. So I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. I hope that you liked it. If you liked it, please like and subscribe and share my videos. And other than that, I wish you a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.